everybody, it's Rabbit, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the method that I use for removing my facial hair. I had created kind of a product review-esque video pertaining to this several months ago, and in that video I talked a lot about how I use the Veet fast-acting gel cream hair remover, this sensitive formula with aloe vera on my face to take care of my mustache. And I talked a lot about this, and I talked about like why I need to remove my facial hair, and I thought I was thorough, but a lot of girls have expressed between me releasing that video and even now, they've expressed interest in how I actually do it, because I talk a lot about why I do it and how it works for me, but I never really showed you guys. So this video is exclusively going to be a tutorial. If you are interested in my thoughts about this cream and why I use this instead of spending more money on something else, just go check out that video. I'll include a link to it in the description box, and it's like 9 minutes, which might be too long for some of you, but I think it's a pretty thorough video and it talks a lot about my facial hair struggles and why I ended up using this. And it works really well for me, and there are a lot of girls who comment that this works for them too, and it's a cheaper alternative. And it's pain-free compared to like waxing your mustache or your unibrow or anything like that. So before I actually launch forward into the tutorial, there were like 2 questions that I commonly got asked, so I'm just gonna answer them here. And by all means, if you guys have more questions, feel free to leave them down below. But one thing that I constantly am being asked about this Veet formula being used on the face is whether or not the hair comes back more stubbly, or if there's any change in the texture or the darkness, and the answer to that is no. At least for me, I don't experience any change in the actual hair after it grows back compared to what it was before I actually used the Veet. And then the other thing that I get asked a lot is about whether or not this leaves any type of redness on my upper lip, or if I have any burning, and again, the answer to that is no. For me anyway, this sensitive formula is great, and it leaves my skin feeling really soft and smooth afterwards. It removes all the hair. None of it grows back thicker or looking darker, and there's no irritation, nothing. So I haven't had any problems with this. Some people, this still tends to be a little bit too strong for them to use on their face. So you'll just have to figure out whether or not this is a product that's going to be okay for your skin. But if you haven't tried it yet, I would definitely suggest giving it a go. But okay, let's go ahead and start the tutorial. So usually what I do before I put this on my face, I do this typically in the mornings before I get in the shower, although I haven't noticed any difference if you do decide to use it on completely clean skin. So you can wash your face first and use it, but I found that it works better for me to just use it on dirty skin that, you know, I woke up in. So yeah, I usually do this in the bathroom, but since I'm not in the bathroom, I'm improvising. So what I have is a washcloth with some lukewarm to slightly hot, I guess warm-ish water. So you'll want a washcloth because you're going to need it to wipe everything off. I also have a timer because I want to make sure that I do not leave this on my face for more than 8 minutes, but I prefer to do it closer to 7. That's just what works for me, but figure out what works for your skin. Maybe you can only leave it on for 5 minutes. So just play around with it a little bit, and if at any point it starts to burn, make sure you wipe it off. I mean, there are instructions on the back. Make sure you read them, and I would always try this on a different part of your skin other than your face first to see if you have some sort of reaction to it. But that's just me, you know. Do this at your own risk. Okay, so starting off, I'm going to put some chapstick on, and you can use petroleum jelly if you want to, but I do this just as a little like precaution because I don't want this to get on my mouth, but if it does happen to get on my lips, I want to have something there to act as somewhat of a barrier so that it doesn't burn my mouth, since you guys are probably well aware the skin on your lips tends to be incredibly sensitive, so we want to avoid that. So after I've applied that, next I'm going to take a small amount, and again, this is going to vary from person to person how much of this you want to actually put on your skin. So I'm going to start off with like this much, and I'm just gonna dab it on. And I do have a mirror here, so make sure you're looking at what you're doing. So I think I'm good. Isn't that sexy? And you don't have to do this, but I go ahead and I put some in between my eyebrows as well. I don't really struggle with the unibrow, but I do have a couple little hairs there. And please be careful, because the last thing you want to do is get this on your actual eyebrow and then, you know, you screwed up your eyebrows. And I'm actually going to also put some on my chin. And try to take into consideration how long it takes you to apply all of this to your skin. So I said you should leave it on for about 7 to 8 minutes. Since this is taking me a little bit, I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes. Alright, so now that I look absolutely ridiculous in front of you guys, I'm going to go ahead and set my timer. Like I said, I'm only going to set it for 5 minutes, and I'll just see where I'm at. I'm using this little timer because my phone is in the other room. And yeah, make sure you wash this off your hands, because that will not feel very good if you leave it on. So I will see you guys in 5 minutes. Alright ladies, welcome back. It has been 5 minutes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my warm washcloth and I'm going to squeeze out the water, and then I'm just going to wipe everything off. But make sure you get this off of your skin, because it will burn if you leave it on. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse this. But that's it. That's all it takes. And if you're concerned about your skin, you can put lotion, like a non-scented lotion on. But this leaves my skin really soft and I don't have any issues. And I tend to prefer to just let my skin kind of air out, if you will, afterwards. And yeah, as you can see, there's no redness here. There's a little up here just because I've been wiping probably too hard. But I don't know, can you guys even see it? Like, there's redness right here, and I didn't even have any here because I was wiping all the product off. But my upper lip, for sure, you guys cannot even see. There's no, like, swelling. I had no reaction to this. Yeah, ladies, that's it. That is my really simple, pain-free way of keeping my face hairless. And I'm a pretty hairy girl, so I don't know if you guys have even seen like my arm hair. Someone had commented when I had uploaded an Instagram picture, and you could see that I have a lot of like arm hair. And yeah, I'm just really hairy and it's kind of gross, but this is how I maintain my face and keep it from looking too haggard. So if you have any questions, definitely feel free to leave them down in the description box below. And yeah, that's it from me, guys. I will talk to you all later. Bye!